Hi guys, I did two really scary things this week, and they one of them was easier to do than the other, but at the end of the day I am so glad that I did those things. So Monday I launched I'm beta testing a 12-week program with a small group of people, so that I can work out the kinks, make sure that I've got the right curriculum and that it's executed properly. There's a spectacular technology failure that I had to obviously fix, which is why it's beta. Always good to test things, but I still did it. And I'm so proud of myself because it's scary. It's a brand new program, stuff I've never actually taught before, so I wasn't sure how it was gonna go. But so far, so good. Disasters included. Disasters included. Today, like literally 15 minutes ago, I launched my latest brainchild, which is my $7 per month mastermind. It's called Ignite Your Fire. And I'm saying this because I hesitated for 3 weeks to launch that sucker. So granted, it was over Christmas, so that was my excuse, but I launched it today. Now I'm recording this live, so as of recording, the link is not above this video, but by the time I'm done, it's posted to my page, I will put the link, and you are also welcome to join. The whole way of looking at it is that it's cheaper than poutine. So those two things are programs that I have been working on with my team for months. And yet when you get to that point where you gotta launch it and go live, it's like, you know, it's like gut-wrenching. And yet that's when you know that you're really changing and you're learning and you're growing. And so as horribly uncomfortable as it is to do stuff that scares you, it's pretty awesome. My very first job out of university with an extremely patient manager was where, and I'm sure you've been told this many times, do something that scares you every day. Well, I did two things that scared me this week, and they made me really super uncomfortable. But again, that's how I knew that I was growing. So the $7 mastermind, it's open to absolutely everyone. It's $7 a month, cheaper than poutine, cheaper than ice cream, cheaper than a Big Mac combo, and yet it's something that hopefully will be business changing and life changing for the people that join. Plus, when you join, you get a shareable link so that when you share this with your friends and they join through your link, for every 3 people, you'll get a free month, which is awesome. If you hate it, I'll give you your money back. And so the onus is on me to make the content so awesome and so helpful that you actually want to share it. So I take that very personally. So you're going to be learning business strategies that I have used. I've done pretty well almost every business model under the sun. So you're going to share you the ones that worked and the ones that don't and why. We're talking about new marketing strategies. We're going to be talking about mindset shifts that need to happen if you're going to succeed in life. So Jill is asking, is it as good as ice cream? No, Jill. So Jill's question is a good question. Is my $7 mastermind as good as ice cream? You know what? It's can never be as good as Jill and my favorite kind of ice cream, which is a double dose of, and if you can correct me if I'm wrong, Jill, it is pralines and cream and gold medal ribbon. If anybody wants to know the most awesome ice cream combination, that is it. But I tell you, it is probably cheaper than a double scoop of the gold medal ribbon and the pralines and cream, and the effects last longer, which is even better, and it doesn't make you gain weight. See, it is a win-win-win all around for everybody. So I invite you to join that mastermind, and I invite you to do something that scares you. And you'll know that you're doing something that is scaring you. It's almost like you feel like you're vibrating. And when you feel that vibration, you know that you're doing something that is good. You know you're doing something that is really stretching your abilities, and that it's going to be good for you. And it's going to be good for you even if it fails. And I was watching a 1-minute mentor video from Ty, I can't remember his last name, he's a really rich guy. And of course my super brain crush, Mark Cuban, talking about that it's okay to fail, that Thomas Edison had 950 inventions before he came to actually inventing the light bulb. And even that one, he did that like 3,000 times before he got that right. So it's not that, failure is somehow bad. It's just simply that your test failed and you got to move on. I could have totally given up with my 12-week mastermind when the Monday call, it was like a coaching facilitation call, when that call went south. The recording didn't work. The format was really not ideal for what people were wanting. And I asked for feedback, and boy, did I get it. It was anonymous, so people were really honest, but it was awesome because I was able to redo that call today, which is Friday, and then give people the experience that they wanted. So now I'm waiting to hear back as to whether it did do better. So hopefully that absolutely worked out, and that the future calls will just get better and better. So, you know, whenever you're starting something new, always ask for feedback, because people said stuff to me that I would not have necessarily picked up on my own. Even though I knew that Monday's call was a complete bit of a disaster, I got other insights that were really, really amazing. So, moral of the story is, when you have the opportunity to do something that's different and scary, do it. If you fail, just get up and keep on going. Success is not determined by how often you fail. It's by how quickly you get up, brush yourself off, and then keep on trucking. Something I teach my kids on a regular basis. So I'd love to hear about what you guys have. And I challenge you to put in the comments below, like, what are you working on that is different and maybe a little bit scary? We just went through an exercise called 7 Levels Deep. I did that with the group going through the beta test. And that's, you start off with a question, which is what's important to you about being successful. And it could be like making money or whatever. But then you have to ask yourself 7 more questions as to why the thing right before is so important. So why is it important for you to make money? You might say, well, because it gives me security. Well, why is it important to you to have security? And you basically go and you ask that question like an annoying 5-year-old 7 times. And what usually pops out on the bottom, if you're honest with yourself, is your real meaning, your why, and what's going to really drive you to do what you want to do. And unless you understand what's really driving you in your heart, not your head. And the reason you go through it 7 times is about the first 3 to 4 answers you give yourself, it's your head answers, it's not your heart answers. And when you continue to drill down more and more and more, you're able to really get to the crux as to what is really meaningful to you and why are you doing what you're doing. I thought that my why was to allow me to live a life of freedom, of, you know, not working for a corporation and be able to take my business anywhere and stuff like that. Well, that's not a why, that's a how. So there's the why is what drives you. So the why for something like Apple is they want to challenge the status quo. That's what they do. The how is the different products that they do. Oh, sorry, the how is, you know, exactly how they go about developing the different products, and the what is the products themselves. If there was no why for Apple, the rest of their product line would not resonate as deeply as it does. Like if you're an Apple person like me, like you're an Apple person, I can't imagine not doing Apple stuff because I very much align with that particular way of thinking. So when you're thinking about what it is you're doing, whether you're in a corporation and you maybe want to get that next promotion, or you want to get recognized, or I spent 12 years in corporate Canada feeling extremely unrecognized, and there's a whole host of reasons as to why that wasn't happening. First of all, I should never work for other people. Lesson learned. Or if you're running your business and you can be successful, like, and I have been successful running without a real strong sense of why. But once you have it, it is the most amazing experience because it drives everything. So my $7 mastermind, that's geared on my why. My 12-week program, that's all about my why. My mastermind, my private client group, which I've talked about, I've sort of doubled down on that one. I am restructuring my mastermind. There'll be more on that in the coming weeks. It is so amazing. I am so excited. I can't even begin to tell you how amazing that new mastermind is going to be. And it's all because I now have an irrevocably strong sense of my why. So if you're interested in any of those things, please do join the $7 mastermind. At some point, I will be going over the exercise of 7 levels deep. If you're interested in my 12-week program, which is much more hands-on, a lot more active help by me and my team, that's going to be launching late March. All things held equal, because I'm going to be able to take all the changes my people are recommending through my beta and rolling it out to you guys so you can look for it there. And obviously, if you're interested in really upping your game and joining my mastermind and hobnobbing with a whole bunch of other people at the same spot, you can message me and we can certainly get on the horn and chat about that, where you're at, where you're trying to get to, and why. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, fantastic Friday, a wonderful weekend, and do something that scares you. It's always kind of fun.